Butch up, Sally.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, I got something I can do, though. Hold on.
No music.
No music, but there
I'll
is...
mess with my copyright.
Right.
So we're done with LimmudLA.
Right. Okay, menu. Oh, we're on video.
Yeah, we're on video. So Joey's learning how to use... I'll get us home. Just
No, not that. I want to get the,
the temperature?
Yeah.
Temperature's fine. Butch up, Sally.
All right, you're right.
Joey, many people don't realize about Joey that he's a hothouse flower, and he only blooms under very certain,
That's right,
specific temperatures, and aside from that, he's really not much good at all.
I'm like one of those, like an orchid, like a hothouse orchid.
Yeah.
I try to tend to myself as much as I can, but it's pathetic, very high maintenance.
I mean, you guys don't know what I have to do to get him over for Torah Talk every week.
It's awful. I feel ashamed that you guys really don't.
Like his long list of demands that he has to have orchids in his room. And
that's right. Well, Luke kind of indulges
particular
me.
types of bottled water.
That's right. And well, I mean, some of them just give me gas and that sort of thing. So like.
And if he wasn't so damn insightful about the Torah.
Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't put up with it.
You can't buy that kind of Torah insight. So Luke's making his decision.
You're gonna die.
No. I used to drive an ambulance, remember? So I've been trained in the art of defensive driving.
Forgive me for having doubted you, my lord.
Well, no, you were right too.
So this was your second taste of Limmud.
This is my second taste of Limmud.
And how was it?
I really liked it. It was I went to two discussions. They were both very interesting. One was on journalistic ethics. The other was on sexual ethics. I found it very interesting. It's always interesting to meet with the Jews and see what's going on with them and what they think.
Is Danielle Berrin just the most stunning, gorgeous, amazing 10 knockout Jewish journalist that you've ever seen?
Yes, I chose the journalistic ethics one's session for the purest of reasons, but it was a happy coincidence.
Wow. Tall, slender,
a lovely lady.
Blonde, gracious, beautiful manners.
A lovely, lovely young woman.
A real credit to the Jews. It makes me proud to be a Jew.
Yes, she's a stereotype buster, and she's lovely and well spoken, and had a confident assertiveness about her.
And she did a good job.
Did a good job.
Like, I was totally ready to rip her if she didn't do a good job. I was just going to say, oh, she's all looks, but she's shallow and this and that.
Right.
But I couldn't say that tonight.
And she's kind of ballsy, because I thought that the way she opened, which was by discussing this almost sexual and unpleasant sexual thingy with a big director, like when she starts with that, you really you're thinking, oh my God, I'm in LA and we're talking to a journalist, and the first thing she's telling me is how a bib director hits on her. Like, God, so she was risking. And she knows that. She was, I think, risking being stereotyped, because that was actually, because as she ended up relating it, it was an important issue, and she handled it with a lot of sophistication. So I was very impressed.
Yeah, and the title was Danielle Berrin Talks About Hard-Hitting Jewish Journalism, and of course, I thought, oh, I want to go to this. I'm going to go all the way to the Valley to see this, because what does Danielle Berrin know about hard-hitting journalism? She writes some fluffy calendar girl stuff, and then I remembered her piece on that the director of Rush Hour, Brett Ratner, and it's her best piece of writing she's ever done. It was funny, it was brave, it was ballsy, and most important of all, it was compelling to read.
Right.
And it was compelling to bring up, to introduce this whole topic of hard-hitting Jewish journalism, because Danielle Berrin is not like a hyper-accomplished, 55-year-old, fat man with a belly who, was in Afghanistan.
No, not quite.
She's this totally hot babe who's been at the Journal for about a year and a half.
And I will say, like, for a woman who had recently come to Los Angeles and was in that situation, the reality is a lot of women would have made very different decisions about what to do there. I mean, not all of them. There's a lot of self-respecting women, but she, I kind of.
Yeah, we give her props.
I give her props. Yeah, mad props.
And I want to know, what was the horrible thing that Brett Ratner did that she didn't put in there? I mean, which part of himself did he expose, or where did his hands try to wander? And
Well, she said. I mean,
she said she didn't put the horrible thing that he did in the story.
Yes, she said she was kind to him and that
Yeah.
he would have known that. So, boy, I don't know. I mean, she said that he was telling her about the types of things that he would enjoy doing to her.
Yeah.
I mean, good
I wonder
Lord.
if they were purely intellectual.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't the sense I got, but I don't know. Maybe But
she does like French New Wave film. But go ahead.
That's tough. Tough to deal with. But well, just that. I mean, I don't know. Just I didn't read the article, but now I want to.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the best thing she's written. The other excellent thing that she wrote was how mothers pursue her when she goes to shore, trying to set her up with their sons. And I believe that was her boyfriend, who was sitting next to her.
Yeah.
Who was sitting next to me. I thought like he was right there, and I thought like he'll take me out if I say a wrong thing.
That
'Cause he's
guy?
like, yeah, I think that's her
Wait,
boyfriend.
which one? The guy who was talking about
The guy who's between me and her.
Rembrandt?
Yeah.
That guy doesn't look like the
talking
guy
about
who takes people out, other than quoting Proust and Rembrandt at them. So I don't.
Well,
think...
he looked kind of big. I felt kind of intimidated. I have to admit, I was a little scared. I thought he was gonna like take me out.
Well, I certainly make no pretensions of being a tough guy, but I will tell you, I would have had your back, and I think we would have been just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was worried because I've not always treated Danielle Berrin with kid gloves, and one of the fascinating things I found about tonight was myself, how much nicer I am in person than when I'm a keyboard warrior.
Right.
There's something about being around people face to face and breaking cookies with them, and in this kind of this great environment, this Limmud environment, this friendly, happy, it's just got a really wholesome environment that like tames my wild beast.
It makes you want to be gentle.
Yeah, it makes me want to be kind to people.
Kind to people.
And it's not often that happens.
Well, look, I don't think you are a fuckwad, but there is something called the grand theory of internet fuckwadry, and it says that, you take otherwise decent people, you give them the power to speak ill without consequence. Usually that's because of anonymity, you're not anonymous,
Right.
and they become fuckwads. But that's not on you. I mean, that's human nature. It's just, you're not, when you don't have to look someone in the eye, you take a lot more liberties, and that's just how we're programmed.
Exactly.
And I don't think that there's, and I'll go even further. I don't think that I appreciate what you're saying about how it must feel nice. I think that feels good to you. You want to be a kind and gentle person, and so you enjoy that feeling. I think there's also a cost. I think that there's an advantage to being a muckraker and a ball buster, and the world needs them too. So I like seeing you like that because I know it's what you want. But I'm just saying, it's different.
Both have a role.
Yeah, they both have a role.
And then the second class that I went to was by Esther Kustanowitz.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She writes the blog J-Data's Anonymous. She wrote for the Jewish Week, edited by Gary Rosenblatt for many years. And I've been quite cruel.
You were quite cruel
to her writing on my blog, and so I very
what do you
timidly.
mean by cruel?
Well, I said it was the worst thing written on a particular topic. I singled out her work on.
Is that cruel or is that an assessment?
It's both. It's both. So, someone I've been very cruel to. And then I went to her class. I felt a little timid,
right.
But I was on good behavior, and I went up to her and wrote on it with a piece of paper that said, "Hi, I'm Big Bad Luke."
Oh, you passed her a note.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So she moved to LA a few months ago from New York, and I feel like I should help her out in some way if she ever needs help, because I don't know if you ever need a ride, Esther. You can look me up. I owe you.
Boy, Luke is really. I must say, I think I caught you at an interesting time.
Must be all the yoga.
Yeah, because you're really. I think. Well, really, since the very beginning of after we met at that J-Connect event, and then we started doing the Torah study, you've been. Yeah, I think it's fair to say you've developed a lot. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I think it's been a time of kind of emotional / spiritual transition for you.
Yeah. And frankly, I owe it all to you, Joey.
Yes, well, that's the story I'm going with, even though I know it's not true. I just like to, whenever I see something good, I like to, yeah, I think I genuinely believe that it's always does it me.